Hello there, Cancerian friends. This is Carrie at Wooing Nature, spending and bringing in the spring with you. I'm very happy to be here, happy to bring you this reading at this time. I am reading from the Anino Lenormand, which is a really great deck from the Paralumen Studio. And I will be doing an art of the deck for that one as well. But for right now, I am using it to get in touch with you, Cancer. There you are with your little crabby and your little ting, 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 ting. I like that. All right, so what I've been doing for everybody for the spring is to start with the Lenormand because I found that I enjoy Lenormand for its ability to kind of get to the point. So I'm pulling 2 cards for everybody, and that's going to get our bearing straight. And then after that, I'm going to the Revelations Tarot to get the details, okay? So the 2 cards that I pulled for you, Cancer, what came through for you is the Woman and the Rider, which is really interesting because I feel like as a Cancer and as a water sign, the woman represents the feminine or represents the feminine aspects of nature. I have a lot of conversations with people around this, especially nowadays, because there's such a focus on gender. But when we're talking about spiritual masculinity and spiritual femininity, that's what we're talking about, spiritual and what that means. And we're talking about the nature of the feminine and the nature of the masculine, not necessarily gender and whether or not you have a penis or a vagina. Okay? So when we're talking about the woman, we're talking about getting in touch with your feminine energy and also not just doing that, but standing on it. That's what I see in this card right here. You know, this lady's got her little outfit on. She got her shoes together. She's got her umbrella. And guess what? It's not up. It's down, but she's ready. She's prepared for the weather. She's prepared for what she needs to do. And in doing so, that's where she's able to connect to her power. This card is the Rider, and to me, it always has a horse. Horse represents power, but it also represents movement, okay? So being able to connect to one's inner power and to use that as a source of not just movement, but a source of motivation, a source of inspiration, letting it be something to move you. Let me pause for a second because I hear my alarm going off and I don't want to hear that too much longer. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, let that be a lesson to the wise that you don't get rid of your distractions in the spring season. Get rid of all distractions. Someone distracting you, stop it, end it, and get back on course. So at any rate, we got this feminine power, this being able to utilize one's feminine nature and use it as a power source or use it as a source of I keep getting the word motivation, but motivation is a very masculine kind of thing, you know. It is internal because, you know, you got to be self-motivated. That's more feminine. But when we think about anything like manifesting or, you know, creating or, you know, that kind of thing, it's more of an action. So an action and doing is more of a masculine thing than a feminine. But I'm feeling like this is what is... it is motivation. It is the push from behind. It's the internal nudge. And it's also the internal power that you're tapping into as well. Okay? So we'll just keep that in mind as we approach the Revelations Tarot. So as I said, I'm going to the Revelations to kind of get a better understanding of what this Rider and this woman are really all about. I need room. I need to expand my desk area. I'm finding that I'm having to do a whole lot of shifting and moving. That's good though. Shifting and moving is good. Nothing wrong with shifting and moving. Be flexible, right? Alright, one more and then we're ready to roll, okay? All right, let's let's find out what's going on with Cancer in this feminine energy and this rider energy, this movement. All right. So yeah, what I'm saying here is this is about being able to use this energy to conquer your fears and to get over your issues that are holding you down. So literally this energy is there to do that. That's some powerful stuff, okay? It's literally removing energy of fear out of your life, which is really interesting, you know, because when we think about getting over your fears, we have a tendency to go into like the aggression that goes beyond I've got to fight or I've got to push or I've got to break through, you know, and face my fears and that's very masculine. But what it's saying is that there is another way to face those fears. It's another way of conquering those fears. And what I'm saying is it's through some spiritual work or doing some level of spiritual growth. I'm seeing that you need to surrender. I'm also seeing for you to be flexible, like some of the things that that you've been holding really firm to. You need to relax that a little bit because you need space. You need space inside yourself, okay? Yeah, I'm seeing that you need space inside yourself. I'm seeing water, but I'm also seeing glass. That's a really significant symbol because it has something to do with heaven and earth. You know, it has something to do with as above, so below. Um, and it has to do with being able to access that space. That's your feminine. That's where it's coming from. So the power is spiritual power, and it does not come from grasping, and it doesn't come from fighting, and it doesn't come from you know, like putting your shoulder to the wheel. All of that is very masculine. What this is opening up and allowing the space within yourself so that whatever it is that needs to come through can come through. And when you overcome your fears around this, you're going to be really, really, really surprised. You're going to think that you had to do all this stuff to overcome this fear, and really you didn't have to do that at all. That's what's getting ready to happen. So I see the Ten of Pentacles here. I see this being a source of wealth for you. I see it being an opening for you. I'm also seeing the Kabbalah here for you because it's like understanding this from a Kabbalistic standpoint. It's about understanding what this power is from a Kabbalistic standpoint. So for those of you who study the Kabbalah, what you're going to do is look at I think it's the left, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I'm not way up on my Kabbalah, so if I'm wrong, it's the other one. Somebody tell me in the feed or what have you. But I think it's going to be that left side, which makes sense to me. And it may be the right because it's the opposite. I don't know. But at any rate, you all know what I'm talking about if you're in that. This is talking about the passive powers. The passive powers is what I'm getting here. And what it creates is a more balanced sense of wealth and well-being. It creates a more balanced sense of wealth and well-being for you, Cancer. This is a powerful spread. It's really about, you know what I said about as above, so below, and that thing about glass and water, which is a real spiritual thing. It is about manifestation and materializing the spirit, that which is on the spiritual plane on the planet Earth. And it's a very high order spiritual practice because most people are not able to do that. You know, like they either hang on one side or the other, but that has to do with our belief system and how we've been acculturated, especially if you're in Western culture. There's this Western constructs have a tendency to create separations between the spiritual and the physical. They do separations between the sacred and profane. You know, when people talk about the sacred and profane, they do those separation things. But when you get to to a when you start to reach this level of spiritual mastery and physical mastery, then formal rules do not apply, and you have to be open to what those rules are. So I'm seeing that the Chariot is here in reverse, which means that you may need to stop and slow down before you speed up. You may need to take a pause in what you're doing in the fight for the win. You're going to have to take a pause from that, pull that back, because that's going to actually create problems for you down the road. So that's why if you're having any kind of setbacks or like delays or stuff that you're trying to do aggressively that's not working, it's because of that. That's the reason why that's happening. It's happening exactly for that reason, because they do not want you to do this in an aggressive fashion. What they want you to do is to allow. It's a system of allowing. So you allow the Spirit to come through. Somebody needs to study that Kabbalah. They need to get into their Kabbalah. I'm trying to think of where this may land for you. Okay, so what I'm getting is it's on the plane with Netzach and Hod. So Hod is surrender. So it could be about surrendering, learning to surrender. Okay, but study that, because it may be somewhere else. Could be in Tiferet. It could be in the heart. Okay, so I see you trying to overcome something, and again, I'm seeing that grasping episode. Let me work on my light here. I'm seeing this grasping kind of thing happening with this card here, trying to control or trying to get a handle on it and feeling like you can't quite get a handle on it. That's because this part is beyond you. This is the part that you're not, that part's behind you. That's why you're leaving space. So if you've been doing this, like trying to get and trying to go and trying to have and trying to work and trying to, all that kind of stuff, that's the part that they want you to release and bring in space in your internal cipher for. Okay? You got to be able to go with the flow, and you don't want any hiccups right now. I'm seeing you working on your crown chakra energy, amethyst. I keep getting amethyst for everybody. So everybody, I guess, needs to get a piece of amethyst for the spring, because this is about the second or third reading where something about amethyst has come up. But this will be a good stone for you to work with while you are processing through and developing your own inner spiritual power. This is a very strong reading. Very strong. Not many cards, but it's definitely some powerful cards in the deck. The Devil in reverse. So that's facing your fears, getting over your fears, getting past your fears, allowing those places that have been fear places to now get organized. You got the High Priestess, which is about being able to be in a position to be a vessel of what Spirit is allowing to happen through your life, and then allowing that to be the tool for the manifestation of what it is you're looking for. And then you have the Chariot here. So these are some very strong cards dealing with your spirituality and fears, and also how it moves you and how you are going to be moved because of it. Okay. I'm getting Oshun energy. So for those of you who work with that teaching, I'm getting Oshun as the spirit entity that can help with this aspect, especially where it may concern business things and not necessarily personal. Because I am getting that this is more about work and the work that you're here to do in the world, more so than anything else, okay? Even though this Ten of Pentacles does imply that family can be involved as well. But again, this is about like an overall picture of well-being and health and wellness, and how you want to be in the world. and what feels comfortable for you in the world and what makes sense for you in the world. Okay. All right, Cancer, that's your reading for the spring. If you need me, you know where to find me. I am now on Facebook. Of course, you can reach out to me here, but I'm also on Facebook at Wooing Nature. So if you need to make an appointment, or if you need to connect with me for a personal reading, or if you need other things, other kinds of healing work, you can always reach me there. As always, I hope you have a great day, and I hope you're having a wonderful life.